everyone, and welcome to today's weekly wear on the channel, where I'm going to be testing out a product that I thought was a foundation based on the ads and everything. Well, I should have listened a little closer because this is a concealer, but you can use it as a foundation, and that is how they advertised it. So it's how I'm going to be using it. It does say it's a multi-use product, so as I said, here it is. This is from Urban Decay. It is their new Quickie 24-hour multi-use hydrating full coverage concealer. It looks like it has great reviews, like a lot of reviews. So maybe this isn't as new as I thought it was. I mean, I just have been getting ads for it. Regardless, if I counted correctly, there are 24 different shades here. It doesn't look like the most extensive shade range, but it is at least nice to see. We've got a deep arm of swatches, we've got a medium, we have a light, and I would say we have, well, I don't know how you would classify these skin colors, but either way, we have a range of skin colors here being represented. At least at Ulta, this is Conscious Beauty. It is vegan and cruelty-free, and they say that this is a dual-ended concealer infused with vitamin E that gives you all-day hydration and a natural skin-like finish. So it does have the built-in buffer brush as well as the concealer wand on this product. It's waterproof and lightweight, offers one swipe full coverage without fading or flaking for a real skin matte finish makeup look. It's going to help with dark eye circles, acne blemishes, hyperpigmentation, discoloration, and redness. Can be worn anywhere, anyway, for all skin types, from dry to oily, even sensitive skin. Oh, that's a new one. I never see products like, you know, foundation and concealer advertised for stretch marks, but this does say that it will minimize scars and stretch marks. And once again, just to reiterate the features, here it all is. And to use, you just tap it, buff it, and set it with your favorite setting spray. Oh, there should be a number 4. It should have pressed the enter key on that one, but yeah, there it is. There's the how to use. So, and just to reiterate, the advertisement that I keep seeing on Instagram anyways, they do show this advertised being used as a foundation. So I don't want people telling me I'm using it incorrectly. I can also try it as a concealer on a different day if that would be helpful. But yeah, I got the shade 20NN, which I was should I get this one or should I get the 30NN? But since one of my favorite foundations, they're Stay Naked. I mean, you can see I am almost all out of this. I have 20NN in this foundation, so that's the one I went for, but I'm scared it'll be a little light on me, especially based on this swatch on top here, but let's see, guys. Let's open it up. Let's see what it looks like. It might be a little pale, but I'm hoping I can work with it. So, anywho, like said, we have got the brush on one end here. Okay, so it doesn't come out any more than that. Interesting. So it's a very, I don't want to say very dense. It's a very short little brush. It is quite dense, but it's not the most dense. Like when I think of the most dense, I think of the Tarte Amazonian Clay Powder Foundation. That brush, ooh, I actually have it sitting right here. It is very full of foundation, but this is like dense when I think of the most dense brush. This is not there, but it is what it is. So I will try using this little brush. I'll give this a shake, and I guess we will just get started. Here is my skin at the moment. You know, just typical skin looking at the moment. I don't feel like my words are not coming out very well today. My apologies. Okay, is this oh no. There we go. Oh, what a struggle. What a struggle. Okay, so we open this up and we've got the big doe foot applicator. Oh, that smells like chemicals. Very strong chemical smell. Okay, so let's see. In the ad that I always see, she does 6 dots, and that is enough to do the full half side of her face to show off the product. So let's see if that will work for me. Like I said, I'm gonna try out this brush just since it's the one that came with it, and we will see how far this can actually go. So it actually looks like it might be a good shade match for me, so this is good. I don't know, there's no way this will stretch up to my forehead, but we're at least able to get the bottom portion of this half of my face, Whew, it's a really, really harsh, strong chemical smell, I'm telling ya. So, definitely doesn't stretch as far as I thought it would based on the advertisement, but I mean, when she does it, it's like full coverage for those 6 dots, but you never know. They might have cut out the addition of a little more product being used. It actually looks like this brush is doing a good job of blending things out, and the actual product looks pretty good on the skin, at least so far. With my not 20/20 vision eyes, I am thinking it looks pretty dang good on the skin. It feels lightweight on the skin. And I think this brush is doing a good job of blending this out. Nice and soft, and overall, yeah, I would say that looks pretty good. It doesn't look super hydrating on the skin, but I mean, you can see a huge difference from side to side on my face there. And yeah, I wouldn't say it looks dry on my skin. It just, you know, they keep boasting in the ads and whatnot how hydrating this is. So I was expecting it to be a little bit more dewy on the skin, but overall, I was able to cover a lot of things. I wouldn't say it's completely full coverage like this, but it certainly is like a medium full. Now let's see, I am a curious cat, so let's go ahead and try this out with a sponge as well, just so we can see what that looks like blended out. See if it shears it out a ton, or maybe if it blends a little better. I'm gonna say no. It looks like it is blending a little worse, but we're gonna keep it on. We're gonna see if I can get this to work. Alright, so definitely patchier on the sponge side, but overall I don't think it looks too different. It definitely added a bit more dewiness with the added hydration of water from the sponge, but I really need to blend it out, especially in my nose crease with the brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little more of this in areas where I want a little more coverage. So mainly just on blemish areas. Makes sense. So I'm just gonna blend it in with the brush since that seemed to work really nicely. Alright, so there it is. It wasn't the easiest to blend out on top of itself, so I don't know how great this is for layering. I think you're just supposed to get things proper the first time around, but I do like the brush on this. It works really well. I'm used to using a bit bigger of a brush, but overall, as you can see, like I said, a little trouble blending on some of the layered areas, but I think I was able to get good coverage overall with this product. It looks a little, I don't want to say dry, but on the dry side of things, and overall it feels nice. It feels lightweight, so I am not bummed out or anything so far. So I am just gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup, live my life, and then I will show you guys at the end of the night how this is looking, how it ended up doing. So I'll see you then. Ready? Ding! And it is magically the end of the night here. Yay! I am so very curious to see how my face is looking right now, because glancing in the mirror and stuff throughout the day, I feel like it's been looking good, this foundation concealer concoction. However, I've been noticing a lot of transfer onto my fingers. So, you're so cute. So, let's take a look together. Okay, so it looks overall, honestly, pretty nice. Like, I'm actually shocked. Like I said, due to the amount of transfer I was seeing onto my fingers, it just looks like a soft, kind of diffused look. I like it. It has definitely come off in areas. Like, I can see some fading around my nose for sure, underneath where my glasses touch my cheeks, and on my chin a bit from the lipstick coming off onto my chin. But overall, I think my face looks pretty darn good. I am shocked, but this is good news, and I am very excited to keep on testing this with primer and whatnot used underneath so that we can see if I can get it to work any better, or if this is just the way to go, if it's a one and done kind of product, no primer needed. So I'm gonna get to testing and I will bring you those results in just a second here. Ready? Ding! Hello everyone, good evening. It's the end of the night here on day 3 of testing, and before I give away anything here with my words, let me go ahead and show you and tell you how the past couple of days went with this concealer foundation whatever hybrid. So for day 2, I went ahead and I used my Skin Ink primer to hopefully give this a good semi-matte base to stick to, as well as haha tee tee ha, my Milk Flex concealer. Tell me why I pulled out a concealer to use with a concealer. Because I was testing it as a foundation, but I soon saw the error of my ways. But either way, I blended out the concealer foundation with a brush and a sponge, and then remembered that, like I said, concealer was not needed because this is concealer, the Urban Decay product I'm testing here. So I just used it to spot conceal after applying one foundation layer. So I did primer, one layer of foundation, and then spot concealed a little more with the foundation concealer as a concealer. Are we following? Yes, okay. I thought it looked quite dry and patchy this time around. Really not great, so I was regretting my choice of primer quite quickly. But either way, I kept on keeping on, and I will say that there was one point in the day where Dan and I were just joking around and our faces got close or whatever, and he smooshed his nose into my nose basically, and instantly when he pulled his face away, I saw this round circle of foundation concealer on his nose, and I was like, oh good god. We're in public right now. Kind of, not really. We were at his parents' house, and so like his brother was there, but it really wasn't that big of a deal. But either way, I was like, when I saw it on his nose, I was like, I'm missing a huge spot of foundation on my nose, aren't I? He was like, yep, you look like Rudolph, because my skin was pink underneath it. So either way, that did happen, but it felt light all day, and at the end of the night I thought it looked really patchy, not just on my nose but everywhere, dry, and it just looked bad, especially on my chin and my nose. I said ew and underlined it in my notes here, and it also wiped off just a bit on my fingers as well. It wasn't a great day 2 of this product. So I wanted to test this as a concealer as well, because there are concealers that are bad, you know, it just doesn't work well with foundation or whatever. It doesn't blend quite right, or it wears really weird throughout the day, it gets cakey, gets crusty. So I did want to try this as just a concealer, and I also wanted to test it underneath my eyes, because I know a lot of you guys do ask me, Cassie, why don't you use concealer under your eyes on your eye bags? And I'm here to show and tell you. I did give it a try, just to give it a try, under my eyes, and then like I said, spot concealing on blemishes. I also did use my Smashbox Hydrating Primer this time around today, and then one of, if not my favorite foundations ever, the BB cream from Purlisse. And I thought overall things looked nice. I was really pleased with how this blended out for spot concealing with the brush that comes on the product. I thought it looked really great and just kind of diffused it just very nicely as a concealer, so that was good to see. And overall I thought I got it to look fine and good all around once again. And throughout the day today, I mean, my foundation and stuff has felt good, but really we're here to see how the concealer lasted. And like I said, and as I hope you can see, this is why I don't wear concealer underneath my eyes, is because it just ends up looking dry and crepey and creasy, and I don't like it. Now granted, I think it lasted elsewhere on my face where I applied it, and it looks like it hung in just fine, didn't end up looking cakey or anything. Like, I have no upset feelings toward it as a spot concealer. However, for me, has this product been worth it? Well, let's go over pros and cons real quick. shall we? For the pros, I do think this does have easy application with the doe foot applicator. I also like that the brush included is actually good and usable. You know, there's so many products, especially like powders and stuff, where it comes with a puff or a sponge or whatever else, and it's just trash. This time around, this brush has actually been really nice and useful, and I also do like that the product is multi-purpose. We love a product that can do more than one thing. And overall, the product, be it used as a foundation or a concealer, I have felt that it has been lightweight throughout wear. Now, unfortunately, this is where we get into the cons, and the cons are that I think it can look dry and cakey, whether it's at the beginning of the day like yesterday where I used my more mattifying primer, or today where it just looked fine at the beginning of the day, but at the end of the day it looks dry and creasy and not great under my eyes. So it does have that tendency. And then also, it wipes off and transfers for me, it seemed like. And when worn as a foundation, I don't feel like, I don't know, maybe day one, I filmed day one like a week ago, so my memory isn't the greatest, but I know especially yesterday, it was not a graceful fade, and what I'm trying to say is, you guys, the pros don't outweigh the cons. Did I say outweigh? Well, either way, I don't like this product. It's not for me. It's not the worst thing I've ever tried. I just personally could only see myself using it as a concealer ever again. And even then, I just feel like there's better, cheaper concealers out there. So like, I just personally wouldn't purchase this again. I personally wouldn't recommend it. I mean, if you want to give it a try, I wouldn't be like, no, oh my god, don't do it. But like, I would probably suggest some other things before trying this. But at the same time, you know, it is what it is. So I just hope that this review was helpful for you guys so that you could see how it performed on my skin and then make your own educated decision on whether or not you're going to want to try this out for yourself. Certainly let me know in the comments down below. Have you tried out this product? What kind of skin do you have, and did it or did it not work for you? You can also let me know if there are other products you want to see me test here in future upcoming weekly wears. You can also just let me know how you're doing, whatever. Did you find the video helpful, enjoyable, all of the above? Give it a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe. Become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye.